Well, hello, I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the coaching community, the Book Business Bosses, where we help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. But most importantly, this evening, today, I am super excited to be the host of the Meet the Host of Envision-Radio.com, where I am the host of Live Your Best Life, heard every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the host of the Book Business Boss Show on Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Envision-Radio.com 24/7, where praise meets talk. Now, before I introduce you to the hosts that are with us, and believe you me, this is just a fraction of the hosts that we have. There are many, many, many more, and we hope to be back on to introduce you to even more hosts on envision-radio.com. Now, be sure and listen primarily on our website, envision-radio.com. Type in that URL and you're able to listen 24/7 right there from your computer, right there from your mobile device, right there from your phone. And then, speaking of phone, download the free app right there. Now, we're on the Google Play Store, maybe iTunes in the future, but right now, the Google Play Store is a free app, Envision Radio, and have it on your phone, on the go, everywhere you want to be. Take envision-radio.com with you 24/7, where praise meets talk, wonderful music, phenomenal and informative programming, able to take you to the next level sometimes it's throughout every minute of the day, so that you can be inspired, encouraged, and get that what you need to move on to the next level. So I am super excited to have these hosts with us today, and we're going to get started. And with our first host, I'll be back with many, many more in just a few minutes. Well, hello, Miss Vernice Mitchell. Please,
Hello.
hi, dear. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad to
Yay!
be here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm so glad you're here too as well. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, and tell us where people can find you on social media, as well as your show on Envision. And just tell us a little bit about what we're going to be listening for and listening to on Beauty for Ashes presents The Women of Intent.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. I am Vernice Michelle Mitchell, and I am the founder of Women of Intent. And Beauty for Ashes presents Women of Intent radio show is an extension of Women of Intent based here in Louisville, Kentucky, hometown. And it is an extension of what we do on each Thursday at 6 o'clock and every Saturday at 10 a.m. We provide a safe space for women, and we have a host of a variety of topics and that are prevalent for women to heal and to grow and to tap into becoming a better person, a better woman. No role, no title, just good, clean dialogue about women issues and what things that are important to women.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me where you all are, because I'm a member of Women in Intent. I'm proud to say, and where they can find you on social media.
You can find us at Women of Intent. There's a site, Women of Intent, with an exclamation point, because we are so excited about every woman. Our motto is "No woman left behind," and so you can find us on Instagram, Women of Intent, even TikTok. We just created our first TikTok account, so we're going to see how that goes with TikTok. And you can also listen to the radio show on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, and so you reach me out on Facebook, social media. Instagram, Bernice Michelle Mitchell. Mm.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so Wednesdays at noon, just
And
tune in,
Wednesdays
and
at
that's the
five.
lunch
At
hour.
five.
Wednesdays at
Wednesdays
5.
at
I'm
5.
so sorry. It's
Yes.
Wednesdays at 5. Okay, so you're going to be able to listen to Beauty for Ashes presents Women of Intent on Wednesdays at 5 on your way home. On
Yes.
your way home from work.
Yes. Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
And put them in so they can help de-stress you and relieve all of that stress that's going on, that's happened in the day. Whoo, sigh. That's hump day. And usually can be, it doesn't always have to be, but it can be a rough day in your life. But listen in. Beauty for Ashes presents Women of Intent Wednesdays at 5 right there on envision-radio.com. Now, I know that you have an upcoming event.
Yes.
So if you're in the, as I say, if you can get a scooter, you can get a car, plane, train, automobile, tell us a little bit about your event and where people can find out more.
Yes, if you are in the Louisville, Kentucky area on November the 12th at 11 a.m., we are hosting our Sis I See You Healing Empowerganza. And that is where all of our facilitators that are a part of Women of Intent will come together in a collaborative effort to provide strategies and tools for women to just be in their wherever you are in your stage of growth and healing. We will be able to provide strategies and tools for you to be able to facilitate that growth. And so you can reach out on social media, Women of Intent on the page, on the Facebook group, and get those tickets.
Excellent, excellent. So if you can get in the area now, I know these days people get on a plane and come from a little bit of everywhere. So we're not limited just to the people. It's going to be in Louisville, but if you can get to Louisville, join everyone on November 12th. And more
11 a.m.
information is in the Women of Intent page on Facebook, and of course you'll be finding out more information about all that the Women of Intent are doing on Wednesdays at 5, right there on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. Thank you so
Yes.
much for being here. Please mark your calendars. Please be on the lookout for everyone listening. And thank you, even those of you who are going to watch the replay. Be sure, just put Women of Intent on your list on Facebook, but always listen in to envision-radio.com. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Well, we've heard from Miss Vernice Mitchell in the Louisville, Kentucky area, but of course, going to be heard on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Beauty for Ashes presents Women of Intent. Now, let's go all the way west. Let's go to Texas. And there is Pastor David L. Smith. Please introduce yourself, sir. Tell us where you're from and tell us about the new Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church program. And it's an all out service. That's all I want to say. That's all I'm going to say. It's an all out service unto God. Yes, sir. Take it away.
Well, God bless you. God bless you, Sister Ross. It's good to be on. My name is David Smith, and I am the proud pastor of the New Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church. We're located here in Houston, Texas. The address is 9126 Jensen Drive, 77093. You can reach out to our website at www.newbethlehem.org. We're also on Facebook. It's just New Bethlehem, or you can feel free to reach out through YouTube at it's New Bethlehem MBC Pastor David L. Smith, because it's a lot of Smith. So we'll be happy and delighted to have you to join in on our worship, or just listen to the sermons. Hoping that it'll be a blessing in your life.
Sundays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. If you're in the Texas area, because they're on the Central Time Zone, I can honestly, truthfully say Pastor Smith brings the word, music, song, all that good stuff. And I happen to I had the privilege of actually being in his live service as well as hear his service every week, and it will bless you. It will have music for everyone. And I really, really encourage you to do so. And if you're in the Houston area, be sure and visit New Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church right there in Houston, Texas. And we're super excited that you're on envision-radio.com, heard every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. and then heard every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just in case you missed it on Sunday, you can get it again on Tuesday. We're going to get the word for you every single solitary day. So, Pastor Smith, I just have one question for you. What encouraging someone who is is really going through a really rough time, what would be one thing that you would tell them to encourage them to keep moving and keep going?
Well, one thing that God has a purpose for our life, and one of the greatest scriptures that I love, that I always encourage even the students of our church and the young people, is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, where it says, "Trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path." One thing about the Lord, if you're a Christian or if you're not a Christian, that all you have to do is have faith, believe in him, and God will move you forward in your life, no matter what you go through, because everything that we're going through, the Lord has already been through it. And so he's able to do anything but fail. So I encourage you to trust him. I encourage you to walk by faith and not by sight. I want to encourage you that God is no shorter than his word. If his word says it, you need to believe it. I just want to encourage you, you need to believe it and trust him with all your heart. And I guarantee it will come to pass. And I always like to encourage you with this. When you pray, understand that God answers prayer three ways. He says yes, he says no, and he says wait. But there's also a scripture that says, "Them that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength. They shall mount on with wings as eagles. They will run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." So walk in obedience, trust the Lord, and wait on him. Be
Oh,
encouraged.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know about you, but I've been encouraged by that, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I know that that blessed someone else. We thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor David L. Smith and the New Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church of Houston, Texas, right there on envision-radio.com or 9:30 a.m. Sundays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Central Time, and on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now you get more word than that because Pastor's going to bring it. But I just wanted to encourage someone on this day, keep
Yes,
moving forward. The word,
absolutely.
prayer, and faith. Thank you so much, Pastor Smith. You be blessed.
Likewise, you too. God bless.
All righty. Now, I don't know about you, but you just need to set your computer, set your phone, download the free app, Envision app on Google Play, and just have it on your phone. And then anytime you have need of a word or information or music, just push the play button, and we're 24/7 informing you and blessing you to keep moving forward. Well, let's head on over from Texas. We're going to head east. Let's go to Georgia and the Resource Radio Show. Miss Peaches, you there? Well, hello, lady. How are you? There you are. There you are. Be sure.
Hi,
Hi, how y'all doing?
good. How are you?
Good. Doing well, doing well. Introduce yourselves. Tell us about your show and what you want people to get when it airs, and tell us about what you want people to get from your program right there on envision-radio.com.
Well, I'm DJ Passion.
Hold on.
And that's my co-host, Auntie Peaches. And we basically are digital outreach. So anything that somebody would do in a church or a community group that's considered outreach, that's what we want to help people access. There's a digital divide in the world, but definitely across the United States, where Black and Brown people have less opportunity to necessarily be on a computer. So they might be on their phones, but they have little less opportunity to access things. We let people know where they can find free food, clothing, shelter, jobs, healthcare, opportunities. And then we've been doing a lot of emergency assistance, considering all of the disasters that have been going on, or even the school shootings.
Exactly, exactly. So, because I know, have you all assisted in any way in the Mississippi efforts with the water at all, or
We've
coordinated
given
with
out
that effort?
information absolutely about Mississippi,
Awesome.
Carolina, Florida. There was a shooting. I sent information over to Auntie Peaches this week that we're going to have to cover
Right.
mental health issues for that city.
Right. Well, speaking of mental health issues, do you coordinate with others to provide that assistance? Because people on site actually visually see those things that happen? Is there people that can assist in that? You have a full network, correct?
We are working on some pop-up food pantries for the Atlanta Metro for some low-income senior housing. We've identified 1,000 seniors that need help, monthly help. So we are working on connecting with the Atlanta Food Bank to make that happen. As
Excellent.
far as mental health, Auntie Peaches had a really good friend that was in the first responder category. He came in and did an interview about specific mental health support services for first responders in Georgia, although he said it's in all states. And it's absolutely free for them and their families.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
For more information on that, where do we need to reach out to?
You can go to resourceradioshow.com to our website, and there's lots of information there. And then we're also on IG.
Excellent, excellent. So, Miss Peaches, you want to chime in and tell us your perspective on the Resource Radio Show?
Like Miss Passion said, we are. I'm just basically the co-host. I kind of come in and chime in with supportive resources, just things that people. What I find is a lot of people don't want to ask. And you ask not, you get not. So we kind of just read off resources. We invite people in the community that are, or even outside of Georgia and other areas, to come in and explain to people what they do, drop their information, their contact information, website, location, phone number, so on and so forth, so that people will understand that these resources are out here, that help is available. Some people don't know how to find it, so we're just kind of that bridge where we try to be. We tell people to get a pen and paper. If they can't use it, pass it on, volunteer, or do something. Don't just sit there and need. So that's it. I'm just a supportive
Well,
co-host.
we appreciate all the support and know that you all are doing some wonderful things. Even providing that information is a huge, huge help. Now, if people have resources and they want to partner with you, where do they go?
They can go right on the website, or they can go on IG, or feel free. They can call me if they want to just call me.
Right, right, right.
404-955-0155. And absolutely, like she said, but I mean, just yesterday, she helped a gentleman that was homeless find transitional housing. So I think she's just not saying all that she does. She does quite a bit.
And we appreciate it even on their behalf, knowing that there's a resource out there. So, Resource Radio Show, those are the kind of basic needs and networking that they can provide no matter where you are in the country. Now, I know it's probably easier, those of you who are in the Atlanta, Georgia area, but if you have access to resources that can be across the 50 states or even across the pond, be sure and reach out to them, because there are online resources. There are things that people may not know about. I know that a lot of people are seeking the assistance of getting their student loans. Or, as they say, I paid mine off. I would have loved to been able to apply and get it taken off. But anyway, but those kinds of things are public knowledge, but everybody doesn't know always the procedures to follow and what phone numbers to call and what email addresses to link
Yeah,
to.
we have a community partner for hospital bills, dollar4.org. They help you reduce or get rid of your hospital bills. And they've done like 18 million in 12 months.
Oh my Lord. Resource Radio Show. Resource Radio Show. Write that down. I have it there. Tune in on Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure and connect with them. Find them on Instagram. If you know of assistance, if there are ministries out there that need to partner, so that at least you can get the direction of where you can head and the network and the resources to assist ministry leaders, community leaders, other nonprofits. They're here, they're available every week, Fridays at 1 p.m. Resource Radio Show. Thank you, ladies, for all that you do, whether you get the applause, accolades, or thanks that you deserve. Know that I appreciate all that you do, because there are a lot of people in need, and and they can truly benefit from all that you do. Tune in. Resource Radio Show Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So the Resource Radio Show, they have more, so much information to share. So be sure and reach out to them, make the connection with them, listen in on Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, let's go to Louisville. Uh, Mr. Lamont Collins, how are you, sir?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. I'm doing very, very well. So, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. And we're excited to have you with envision-radio.com to be a part, one of the hosts. So glad that you're here. That's for those of you who are just joining us. That's what we're doing this evening. It's introducing you to our many, many hosts. This is just a few of the hosts because there's many, many more to introduce, but I want to let you know, introduce the host so you can know when to listen to their shows and connect with them on social media. So, Mr. Collins, tell us about your show, when they can listen, and what you want them to get from the Roots 101 Presents Divinely Rooted show.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the show. I know it's a little dark in here. I'm in the car because I never stop running. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm telling history and sharing our story and our narrative really 24 hours a day. So I just got through with the group from Chase Bank, a national group that just came into Louisville. They wanted to deal with diversity and equity, and they had to come to Louisville, Kentucky, and Roots 101 to find out what that means. We did a show today called Sankofa, where I tell a story of the history of African Americans, but also music in this show. So I have great singers, local singers, really nationally known singers that does it with us. So we did that show today, of the Sankofa experience, and we've really been taking it on the road because so many people have an interest in what we're doing. But it's Roots 101 African American Museum. The reason I call it Roots 101, because in higher education, the first class you take is a one-on-one. When you come in this museum, it's an educational journey from Africa through America. I tell kids that they're descendants of kings and queens that were enslaved in America. That's a game changer. When I was a kid, all we heard is that we were slaves. We were more than slaves. We're the bulldozers for bulldozers, jackhammers for jackhammers, and engineers before engineering degrees, which means we built this place. So when you come to Route 101, that's the experience you get. It's different than most museums because you can touch and feel everything we have. And we have 17th century artwork from Benin, Central Africa, things that kids can touch and feel and know their ancestors created it for them. Sometimes kids touch the artifacts and go, I feel my ancestors. That's how serious is of the experience you have at Roots 101. So it's an emotional journey, it's an educational journey. And I don't try to tell the whole story, but I lay the pieces for the future. I don't teach the past, I teach the future. And by telling the stories of America and the history of America, our kids are prepared for the future they see today.
Excellent, excellent. So, the show, do you spotlight parts of history or upcoming events?
Well, I
What's
think
the
it's a
focal point?
well, I think it's a combination of both. Right now, we just dug in the story of Roots 101 and what it's about. But as we go these show, it's divinely rooted. So if it's divinely rooted, it has to be rooted in our experiences as Black people. So it goes out of the museum because at the museum we call it more than a museum. So our experiences as Black people stretches all different angles of America, and we've motivated all of America. So we'll talk about different things, and most of the things we'll talk about really is the Black excellence that's in our community, and the narrative doesn't tell that story. My narrative is always going to be a narrative of positive things that we've.
I think we might have lost a connection.
I think I lost you for a minute.
No, okay, we're back. We're back. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, so it's always going to be the show would talk about any show that's dealing with the journey of African Americans, whether it's educational, whether it's domestic, whether it's violence, whether it's mental health, all the things we collectively deal with as a community, we're going to deal with it, but we deal with it from the center of excellence. traditionally Black people have always dealt with trauma. It's nothing new for us. But what's new is now we're learning to share the story with each other and share the resources and not have a dim light looked on it by the church because you're asking for help outside of God and your mission. So I think we'll deal with all those things at Roots 101. I do a local show that comes on Saturday mornings, but then I'm doing a national show with you guys, and I just like a kid on Christmas morning. I just want to open the package up and keep talking about the package. And we're nationally recognized to be a museum that's really privately owned. Most of the things in the museum are my private collection, but we are a nonprofit. So I'm just excited about doing the work. When I have people, everybody says, "What made you start a museum?" And I say, why not? Why not tell our story? And that's what makes it so unique. We're telling the story. And, I have women cry, I have kids cry. I mean, the emotional journey of this museum. If you look at if you go in on our website and look at the testimonies that people say, or look on Facebook, they say it, I don't say it. And they appreciate us telling our narrative and our story. And it's a healing space because what I deal with is the true history of America. And the history of America is not a pretty history.
Mm-mm.
It's a history that when you pull the wounds back, you have to treat the wounds. And we treat the wounds by telling the story of what we've been through, but what we're capable of going through. That's the whole point of it, is what Black people have been through, but what we go through and continue to reach the prize that's out there for us. So it's always motivational, it's always inspirational, and it's always divinely rooted, but rooted in God, because we know God has always served us.
Mm-hmm.
Out of what we think of us, He's always served us, and what the narrative says about us. So I'm all about that, and will continue to be about that. So I just think it's going to be a great, great show. Maybe that's the ego on me, but ego eases God out. And I don't ease God out. So it's the ego that I know that we're going to share intelligence and wisdom and knowledge with the people that listen.
Exactly. Well, I don't necessarily so much hear ego as much as I hear confidence and I hear passion. So
Uh,
that's what we're gonna take and run away with. So if you're in and around, or we, those of us who live near the Louisville, Kentucky area, we take it for granted, and we forget people come from all over the country to our areas. So give us the address of Roots 101.
Well, it's 124 North First Street. That's in downtown Louisville. We actually own the building in downtown Louisville. So we talk about assets and ownership, not just showing up, but owning up. And that's my whole mission. Again, sitting on the downtown community board, I'm always pushing ownership of Black people owning something. We have a trend in Louisville now that we're doing pop up shops, and we're allowing people to think Black people are pop-up shops. And it's nothing I haven't said to other people, but when you go to other countries, it's the vagabonds and the beggars that are on the street that are doing business. Business people are doing business in their doors and in their business. I'm stressing to young people, it's about ownership and assets driven. The same thing that our forefathers taught us coming off the farm: own what you got, share what you got, collectively work together to make things greater for all of us, because it's about us. It's not about a brand, it's not about individuals, it's about us. And everything we do at Roots and everything I do is about us as in Black people getting what this country deserves to give us and honoring us in the process.
Exactly. Well, you look forward to hearing more on Roots 101 African American Museum presents Divinely Rooted with Mr. Lamont Collins on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As they say, get the kids around the mobile device. It used to be get the kids around the TV or around the radio, but now you just need to download the free app and turn it on to Envision Radio, and you can listen 24/7.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
You
Mr. Collins.
you
I've been in the Roots 101 Museum, and it is something to see. So
you
if
know
you get an opportunity to do so, be sure and visit the Roots 101 African American Museum.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Used to be the colored man's on TV. So now it's the colored man on the computer. And come on and listen to what we say, because I'm gonna give you some knowledge to take with you. and some energy to move forward. Thank you.
Exactly. Oh, one more thing before you go.
Okay.
So tell people about your upcoming pilgrimage and journey to the
Okay.
motherland.
Yeah, well, we're going to South Africa. And the reason I'm going to South Africa, some people go, well, it's a colonizing. I get all that. The reason I'm going to South Africa because of Nelson Mandela. In a lifetime that a man could go through his vision and dream, come out of prison and lead a country, a predominantly colonized country, is a trip that I have to go to. And I want people to go to because I don't want everybody to think in our lifetime, every leader got assassinated before the dream come true. Nelson created this, and Africa's us. Africa's part of people in Africa look like us, but colonizers took Africa like colonizers took America. But I want to go to Africa. We're going in Monday after Thanksgiving. We'll be putting more information and talking about it on the show. We're going to Johannesburg, Cape Town. We're going to Safari. Then we're going to Victoria Falls. You remember Dr. Livingston, I presume. So we'll go there and we're just going to make an exciting trip that's going to be a lifetime of Black excellence that we're going to bring to you.
Excellent. So where can people find more information?
They can go to www.roots- like the minus sign 101.org. It'll be on our website. You can go on all the Instagram. Roots AAM is I think our Roots Instagram page. And we have all the media that everybody has. But that's what, and we will keep updating the information. We even we're going to go to a Zoom call to give you all the information if you go into the Zoom. We're not going to leave to November. We're not taking down payments on the trip until
So I think our network stopped again. But for more information about that trip, go to www.roots and then dash 101.org. And also find Roots 101 African American Museum on Facebook. And tune in on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right there on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. And our next host coming up is Miss Laquita Gastons. Did I pronounce that correctly? Yes.
Yes, you did.
Awesome. Her show is What You Talk About, Quita. What you want to talk
Right.
about, Quita? Yay!
Yes.
It's Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tell us where we can find you on social media and a little bit about what you're going to be talking about on your show on envision-radio.com.
Yes. So you can go to my website, www.shilohcityofpeace.org. And you can also email me at just ask for and put the number 4 wellness at gmail.com or at outlook.com. And
Awesome.
on the show, my heart is to talk about health and wellness and this special area of mental health. And so we're going to be talking on numerous topics, different herbs. I want to try to do an herb of the month and how herbs can help you change the properties, chemical properties in your body, and also help with elements and different disorders, diabetes. We're going to talk about, again, on the mental health side, anger, depression, how the disease can affect your mental health, stress, anxiety, 1902 thoughts that your parents and families have taught you over the years that is just not ethically or realistically right, and it will cause you to have some kind of stress in your life. So there are so many topics that we could talk about: dancing and love and education, religion, justice and peace. Like, we're just gonna have us a field day talking real talk.
Wonderful. So reach out and find Miss Laquita Gassens on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right on envision-radio.com. So I've got to ask you, what's like just one tip that you would advise someone who says, okay, I just want to get my health journey jump started. I'm not ready to do anything really major and radical, but what's something in my refrigerator, in my house, that I already can do more of, to live, be on my journey. I got a long way to go, but
Okay.
the first step on my journey to living a healthier life.
One thing I would say is oils. Check your oils out: coconut oil, corn oil, black seed oil, grapeseed oil. Um, those are oils that we can normally find in our household, and start with that.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we'll get more information on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. What you want to talk about, Guida? That is our show, Miss
Hey!
Guida Gaston, on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. So when you just getting up and getting ready out of bed, find out all that you can do to live a better life, be healthier, and believe you me, good health is wealth. So thank you
Amen.
so much. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. You be blessed. So I'm Dr. Julia Royce, and that's just a few of the hosts on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. Please visit our website, envision-radio.com. Be sure and check out the magazine. Our latest issue is out there and available. If you're interested in being a part of the envision-radio.com family, be sure and reach out and connect with our team there at envision-radio.com. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be hosting the host this evening. And I really, really am honored and appreciative to be a part of the Envision Radio family. It has been an honor and a privilege, a learning experience, an expansion. It's a great time altogether. So, especially for someone who had a horrible speech impediment when I was very, very young, for me to be heard literally around the world is amazing. And only God could do that. And the family at envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. So be sure and listen in, download our free app, go to the website, enjoy the magazine, find out more information on the other 20 plus, 30 plus shows that are out there. Listen 24/7. We're on 24/7, where praise meets talk, literally heard around the world. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. I trust that something that we said, something that we did, and more to come on envision-radio.com will bless your life, increase you, expand you, so that you can live your best life. Have a great day. Bye-bye.